Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. We are finally live. I'm running a little bit late. Not as late as I have been before, but a little bit late. So, yes, live stream. Hopefully, I have put the settings right this time. And let me just double check before we get into everything, because last week turned into a total disaster with the live stream. I accidentally set it to private. Whoops. No, it looks like we're good. Yeah, I accidentally set it to private, and I didn't realize until after I finished the live stream. So I had to just publish it separately. Anyway, so for those of you that are new, I know I've had a few people join the team, join the gang the last week. So for those of you that are new, I try and do these weekly, and I just jump on and discuss all the new makeup releases from the last week, and just let you know whether I'm going to be like chucking them on my wish list, whether I want to get them, or whether I'm just not interested in them. So I call this my wanted or don't series, and throughout the week I jump on Instagram and I save a whole heap of Instagram posts of new stuff that's come out over the last week, and I just let you know my thoughts on them, whether I think that they might be a good purchase, good deal, and whatnot. Let me just give me 1 second, everyone. Perfect. So if at any time throughout this live stream, if you cannot hear me or you cannot hear me, please let me know in the chat. And as you're jumping on, let me know how your weekend is going. But we might start off straight away, so those that are watching the replay don't have to listen to me ramble on forever. So the first one is the Murad Skincare Resurgence Replenish Multi-Acid Peel. Now, this grabbed my attention because it's like a two-phased peel. So the first phase has AHA, BHA, and TXA to smooth and brighten. And then phase 2 is the Nourish phase, where it's got aptogenic, holy basil, lipids defend, and strengthen skin's surface. So this is going to be $65 for 3.3 fluid ounces. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of these kind of acid peels. So Murad is available at Mecca, so maybe I might look at this one. I don't know whether we'll be getting this one in Mecca though, because Australia has like the weird rules that if the acid's too high, you can't just buy it through the store. So this one may not be coming to Australia if the strength of the acids is too high. But I'll keep an eye out for it in Mecca. Next is the Glossier Bubble Wrap Eye and Lip Plumping Cream. This product is a bit interesting. It is a bit interesting. So I think the name is a little bit weird. It's a cool name. A little bit weird though. So Bubble Wrap's power comes from a combination of nature's strong hydrators, so hyaluronic, squalene, and avocado oil. It's also got blueberry extracts, and that's just the main key ingredients that they list on their Instagram page. So it says that it's a water in oil emulsion, and it doesn't leave your skin feeling sticky or pill under makeup, which is some pretty bold claims. I think those are two really important things they've mentioned there, is that it doesn't leave that sticky feeling on your skin, and also it doesn't pill under makeup. I do find I have some skincare that, depending on what primer I use, it will pill under my primer, or the primer will pill over the top of the skincare. So I think that's really important. I don't know. The ad's really cool. I like the name, but yeah, I don't know. I still don't think Glossier shipped to Australia, which I think is pretty poor on their part. Maybe they do. I'm not sure about that. I know I checked them out a couple of years ago and they weren't shipping to Australia. I'm not sure if that's changed yet. Next, Tom Ford have come out with a new Soleil Flawless Glow foundation with SPF 30 in it. So this is a lightweight gel serum foundation with a sheer medium coverage and a satin finish that glows without adding a shine. It hydrates the skin, protects from UV rays and pollution. It is oil and alcohol free. It's got a unique moisture complex of red fruit extract, including watermelon, lychee seed, and apple. I really don't like watermelon. Yeah, this seems like an all right. In the little ad, it looks like they have, like, this is the lightest and the darkest. I can't really comment, but I don't think that light is light enough, and I don't think that dark is dark enough. I don't think that light would even be light enough for me, and that dark is not really that dark. So a bit disappointed in that kind of top and low end of the shade range. Yeah, and I'm imagining this is $87 US and there's only 20 shades. I say only 20 shades. I think you can do a really good foundation line with just 20 shades. It just depends on how you cover the skin, the undertones and skin tones, whether you do it well or not. Ofra have collaborated with Talia Ma. I don't know who Talia Ma is. Don't shoot me if you love her. So she's a singer-songwriter and YouTuber. Cool. I don't know who Talia Ma is. But it's cool that she's collaborated with Ofra, and they have done 2 highlighters. So there is Covent Garden, which is a champagne rose, and Soho, which is a champagne peach, US $35 each. I actually picked up a highlighter palette from Ofra through Glam Radar, and their highlighters are quite nice. I was pretty impressed with their highlighters. I think they are quite nice. I find they are on the little bit chunkier side of the spectrum when it comes to highlighters. So I think if you like that nice kind of glow that melds seamlessly into your skin, you're probably not going to get that from Ofra. They're more about that beaming highlight. So if you don't like that kind of highlight, I'd steer clear of Ofra's highlighters. But these look pretty cool. I probably won't pick them up. I don't feel compelled to support this collab at all. I've never really heard of Talia Ma, so I don't have that like compulsion to support her. And to be honest, I don't think it's really all that original, really. Like a champagne rose highlighter and a champagne peach, it's nothing that the beauty industry hasn't seen before. It's pretty standard. And this one actually looks quite similar to, I think it's Pillow Talk in their existing range. It looks very similar to that. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. How has your weekend been so far, and how are you today? I'm excited that you could join me again. Moving on, we have Ella Cosmetics have released a new eyebrush set, and I'm really excited for this actually. If you haven't learned by now, I am obsessed with eyeshadow brushes. It's like the one thing that I just continue to buy and buy and buy. So I am obsessed with eyeshadow brushes. So when I saw this come out, I was like, I think I need to get this. So it is the ultimate eyebrush set. It's called I See the Light, which is such a cute name. It contains 12 eye brushes with mint and rose gold handles. Let me see. So this is what they look like. I love the mint and the rose gold. Beautiful. And then the set is 85 Australian dollars, and when was that? They were having a sale. So they have a sale for 20% off their entire site and free international shipping over $100 if you use the code I See the Light, but it looks like it ends today. So probably at midnight. Otherwise you can use other codes. Yeah, this collection looks really cool. There's a few brushes in this set that I already have. some of which I really enjoy. So I'm actually considering maybe getting this, but I might wait maybe until next time I want to restock on their sponges. Their sponges are some of my favorite sponges. So maybe I might grab this when I get a new set of sponges. Michelle says that eye color is lovely. Thank you, Michelle. I actually used some new, a new eyeshadow palette that I got in the mail on Friday. It's actually the Kaleidos Makeup. They changed it from cosmetics to makeup. They're Astro Pink. I think it's the Astro Pink. I have it right here. Maybe not. I don't even know what I did with it. I put it in a safe place, obviously. It's gone missing. It's MIA. I have no idea where it is. I thought I put it there. Oh, I put it back in the box. What a dilbery. This one. This is what I have on my eyes, and I used every color. It's so pretty. I was very impressed when I was using it. So yeah, I filmed a look using this. So it'll be coming when I finally pull my finger out and edit the video. Next is a palette from Andy Candy Makeup. Never heard of Andy Candy Makeup before. This palette is cute but bordering on juvenile tacky, I want to say. This is what the palette looks like. The packaging, it's like that fine line between cute and cringy. Not sure where it sits in my eyes. And then those are the eyeshadow colors, of very basic eyeshadow colors, I think, in my opinion. This is called the Cupcake Cat Eyeshadow Palette. It's going to be $40, cruelty-free and vegan. It's a mixture of shimmer, satin, and matte tones. Now, when I look at this palette, it looks like there's two colors that are very similar to each other. So pistachio and cupcake look very similar, and they're both shimmers as well. This is a 11 pan eyeshadow palette. That seems very weird. 4, 8, 10, 11. It looks like there's 11 eyeshadows in this palette. That's a very weird number of eyeshadows to have in a palette. I'm not going to pick this one up. Like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about that packaging. Yeah, not sure. Moving on, Makeup Slave. Makeup Slave have released some new matte shadows. So there are 12 new matte shadows, and they're like pastel colors. When I first saw the picture of this bundle, I was pretty keen, and since seeing the swatches, not so keen anymore. I don't know, the swatches just don't really wow me. They're a bit so. They just don't really seem all that pigmented, or like they're not supposed to be vibrant because they are deliberately muted and pastel tones. But they just don't look like they would perform all that well on the eyes. So I'm going to pass on this one as well. Yeah, they're just very underwhelming. And there's a few colors as well that seem to swatch very similar to each other as well. So I'm not about like doubling up on shadows that are so close to each other. Alien Cosmetics have come out with a Summer on Earth palette. And it is quite pretty. It looks like it's got some pressed glitters in it though. I'm not really about pressed glitters. This color down here, this one in the corner there, that looks like it's this one here, and it looks to be quite a chunky, almost pressed glitter. Same with this one here. Looks to be that one as well. The rest of the colors are really pretty, except those two look to be almost like a pressed glitter. And the matte navy doesn't look like it swatches all that well. So, yeah. But the blues, the shimmery blues are really nice. And that yellow, the yellow looks almost translucent. This shimmery yellow up here, in between the blue and the like lime, it looks almost translucent. I'm going to pass on this one as well. I think it could be a pretty palette, and you could definitely come up with some pretty looks, but it's not for me. Makeup Revolution have come out with more stuff. These guys really need to calm their farm at the moment. So Makeup Revolution have collaborated with another influencer. So this is Jake Jamie. Right. So it looks like he does a lot of skincare stuff. So obviously it's probably a good person to collaborate with on some face masks. But this seems really weird for Makeup Revolution. I don't know whether I think they've just recently come out with some skincare, so I guess it's not completely weird. So we have a cocoa and oat moisturizing face mask, a coconut, mango, and chia seed radiant glow face mask, a watermelon hydrating face mask, and a tropical essence spray. These are all the face masks are $15 Australian, and and the spray is $11 Australian. And you can get Makeup Revolution through the Glam Raider website. I'm assuming they'll be getting these because they are pretty on top of the new releases. That watermelon face mask, no thank you. I mean, it's a pretty cool collaboration, but I don't need any more face masks. I'm probably not the only one on the planet that has a huge stock of face masks. And I cannot stand the smell of watermelon. It makes me feel sick. The spray says it's a tropical quench essence spray. I would be open to trying that. It looks like it's got like coconut and mango in it. I'm wondering if I can see some more information about what's in the spray. Because I am with you, Michelle. I would try the spray, probably not anything else. But I'm ridiculously into facial sprays at the moment. Like I've brought in like 3 or 4 in the last week. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that would probably be the only thing out of that collection that I would try is the spray. I don't need any face masks. I've got enough face masks probably until I'm about 80 at the moment. So I need to use them up first. What do we got? ColourPop is another brand that needs to calm down. They have released a Super Shock Shadow set. So it's a set of 6 and they are marbled Super Shock shadows. So we have six shades in the set. I cannot talk today. So they're releasing these for the birthday of ColourPop. So it's their birthday month. These look pretty cool. I don't know how I feel about the marble. It never really translates well on the eyes, the marble effect. It either kind of makes it look patchy or it just blends together into one shade. Just wondering if I could find some swatches of these. I had a look at the marbled Stila, Magnificent Metals, and I was not impressed. They just seemed a bit. I didn't really like how they looked. Like the color was really like wishy-washy, and then as you get through the pot, like the ones at Mecca have really started to mix it. Yeah, it's really gross. I'm just trying to see if I can find some swatches of these, but it doesn't look like we have any. Nope. Yeah, so I'm going to pass on these, and you know, if you've been here for any amount of time, that I'm not the biggest fan of these Super Shock shadows. I don't use the ones that I have, so this would be a total waste of money for me, so I'm going to give it a miss. Looks like they're having 40% off Super Shock shadows for a limited time. It may still be going if you are interested. Moving on, we have Australis have come out with a new palette. It looks pretty poor. So this is the Mesmerize palette. It's got 20 highly pigmented, obsession-worthy shadows. This is going to be $25.95. Don't you just love how brands try and spruik their products when you know that it's not going to be good. I don't have high hopes for this. The Australis like powdered shadows, the pressed powder shadows that I've tried before were less than desirable. So I don't really have high hopes for this palette. I'll definitely swatch it if I'm in Priceline, but I don't have high hopes. That like the whole top row of this palette is pretty much white, varying shades of white. Some of them have like a yellow tone to them. Some of them have a gray tone. Some of them have an orange tone. Like, and then it looks like it might potentially have some pressed glitters in it as well. Lots of double up of shadow colors too, by the looks of it. From what I can see, it's not impressive. There's no swatches from what I can see. Oh, maybe this is a swatch. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Right, okay. The shimmers don't look terrible. Not the best, but certainly not the worst. Maybe. Potentially. They look terrible for you guys anyway because it's just blurry. There we go. I mean, they're not the worst, but yeah. And for $25, like Australis has that weird kind of price point where you kind of like some of your products are worth it, but some of them really aren't. And they're just that little bit too much, I think, in terms of price point. Moving on, Fenty have come out with a limited edition collection. So this is the Getting Hotter collection, and they are vivid liquid liner trios. Do they only come in a trio? Wait. So vivid liquid eyeliner trios in Beachside, Bay K, and Baywatch. So they're $35 each. But then there's also Juicy Satin lipsticks for $20 each. So it doesn't look like you can get the eyeliners individually. You have to buy them in the set. And then I think the lipsticks. So these are the lipsticks. I think they're the normal Mademoiselle formula. They look glossy though, so I'm not sure about that. But I've heard really bad things about the Mademoiselle formula, so I haven't been willing to try. And then the eyeliners actually look really cool. I saw these and I thought, oh, do I need more eyeliner? Can I justify getting more eyeliner? Because these look really pretty. And then the look that they did on Rihanna for the like campaign, that eyeliner is beautiful. They did like an ombre liner with one of the trios. It looks really pretty. So this is releasing May 10th. I'm assuming it'll be worldwide because traditionally Fenty release everything worldwide like at the same time. So I'm assuming that these will be releasing at Sephora Australia on May 10th. Depending on how much the conversion price is, I maybe pick up one of these sets. I'm not sure. They are really pretty and I don't really have any colors like this. Do I need it? No, but they are really pretty. So I'm going to pop this on my maybe list. Maybe one of these. They are the really fine brush liner tips that they put in liner pots like this. So these can potentially get really bad to apply if you're not careful putting the brush back into the pot. If you like mush it against the side, the brush is ruined and you have to like use a different brush. But they look really pretty. So I'm going to have a think about these ones and see, maybe not. I'll see how much they are when they come to Sephora Australia. Another release that caught my eye is the Gimme Glow Cosmetics Juicy Olive palette. So this is a mostly matte palette. It is 2 foils and 4 mattes. So it's only a 6-pan eyeshadow palette for $30 US, but the shadows are really pretty. I am kind of digging this kind of green scheme at the moment. I'm just completely hooked like everyone else. But I think this might be quite similar to the other palette that I got from Kaleidos Cosmetics. I also got the green palette. So I'm going to have a look at that one first and see if maybe that like cures my desire. But I don't think Gimme Glow is American. So $30 US is going to be an easy 50 Australian dollars plus shipping on top of that. So I'm not quite sure how much Gimme Glow charge for shipping, but I'm assuming it's quite high. So that's probably enough to deter me from checking out this palette. But I would like to try Gimme Glow at some point. Maybe I keep saying about all these indie brands that I want to try Black Friday, but that's really when I can justify buying from these smaller indie brands from the US, because otherwise the shipping is just too much. The Wet n Wild Crystal Cavern collection, we've got the official photos from Wet n Wild, not just the photos that were like taken in the store. So I thought I might just mention this one again. The little box is super cute, but once again, everything in this collection is not really for me. This is going to be on Glam Radar. If not, they already have it. But yeah, so there's 3 eyeshadow palettes. Looks like maybe it's 4 eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, so there's 4 eyeshadow trios, a highlighter, there's I think 4 lip glosses, there's 4 perfumes, there's a setting spray, and then there's those like glow balls, you know how what is it, Guerlain has the meteorites? Well, Wet n Wild have like a dupe version basically. So that would probably be the only thing that I would be interested in, is the highlighter balls. I don't know what they're called. Brightening rocks. That's what they've called them, brightening rocks. That would probably be the only thing that I could potentially be interested in, just to, I don't know, give the concept a try. But other than that, everything else is a bit meh. And everything comes in a really chunky, like triangle package. Like the palettes and one of the highlighters comes in a triangle palette. That's hard for me to store. I just need just a rectangle palette or a little square palette. That's it. Yeah, I think it's a cool concept and I like how they've followed it through. There's a few weird things in the collection, like the perfumes. They haven't really said what the perfumes are going to smell like. They've just said what the crystal is for that perfume, and like if you're going to make the perfume smell like the crystal, it's not going to smell very good. So I'm not quite sure what the perfumes smell like. So yeah, that's a bit weird to me, but everything else seems all right, but it's not for me at all. Something else that's not for me is another BH Cosmetics release. We're talking about a lot of brands this week that need to calm their farms. So BH Cosmetics have come out with this Santa Fe palette. This is about the 50 millionth palette that they've released this year. I think someone told me that BH Cosmetics got brought out by a bigger corporation, and that's why they're releasing so much stuff, because they have like more money behind their brand now, so they're just trying to pump all this stuff out and get a lot of sales. That's just what I've heard. I'm not quite sure if it's true, but I think someone said they got sold in like September last year or something. So this is what it looks like. The design's pretty cool. Like in terms of palette designs, I think this is pretty cool. Traditionally, I don't really like weird designed palettes, but I think this one's done reasonably well. There's not a lot of wasted space in there. I think it's an all right design. Not the best for trying to get your brushes in there at all, but in terms of what they're going for, I don't think it's too bad. Some of the colors do look quite nice in there, but I'm going to give this one a miss as well. I'm kind of like boycotting BH Cosmetics at the moment because I'm like, just calm down. Like, I can't keep up. It's one of those brands where they release so much stuff that you get so overwhelmed by everything that they're releasing that you just go, I can't deal. I'm not going to buy anything. I do this a lot with ColourPop as well. Like, they release collection after collection after collection. I just get so overwhelmed that I'm like, I'd just rather not buy anything. And then I'll occasionally like maybe make an order and I'll go searching through their website and there's just so much that I just can't handle it. So BH Cosmetics is kind of in the same category at the moment for me, that I just can't handle all the releases. So I'm just like, I don't know what to buy, so I'm not going to buy anything. More Fenty releases. This is more to the summer 2019 collection. So we have, looks like some lip care products. So we have the Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm, and this comes in like a squeezy tube with a doe foot, which I like this idea. And then we also have a Pro Kisser Lip Loving Scrub Stick. So these are $18 for the lip balm and $16 for the scrub stick. These are also releasing on May 10th along with the eyeliners. I don't know, like, I don't think they're terrible prices for, sorry, there's a fly buzzing around. What was I going to say? I've totally lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, I like the price points. Like, I think that the price point is pretty good on these for a lip balm and a lip scrubbing stick. But at the same time, you can just get like some sugar and scrub it on your lips, or use an old toothbrush and gently rub it on your lips. You don't have to go out of your way and actually buy a dedicated scrub product, and you're probably going to get more value for money if you go to like Lush and buy one of those sugar lip scrub pots than going this way. I've always found every time I've brought a lip scrub in a stick, yes, it's convenient, but I tend to go through it quite a lot because you're rubbing it on your lips and you're applying more pressure and a lot more products kind of coming off when you're using it, as opposed to one of those pots. And guys, you can look on YouTube for a homemade scrub. You can buy it, you can buy the product, buy the ingredients and make it at home for half the price, if not a quarter of the price, and also give some to every member of your family and every friend that you've ever known before in your life. Like, you don't need to go out of your way and spend this kind of money for a lip scrub. The lip balm, however, looks interesting. It looks like it's got a bit of color to it, like it's a really pale pink. I'm not sure how this compares to the formula of their traditional lip glosses, though. I'm assuming it's probably maybe got some more nourishing ingredients in it. But at the same time, you kind of feel like, why can't you just put those ingredients in the lip gloss and make it like a dual purpose? I like the packaging of the lip gloss, though. I like that. Sometimes where they have the applicator that you apply straight to your lips, sometimes that can get a little bit janky and gross, particularly if you have really dry, flaky lips at the time when you're using it. It can get a little bit gross. So, but at the same time, if you use this, you're going to be putting that into the tube. So, I don't know. It just depends on what kind of applicator you prefer for your lip balms. I think this is a cool concept for a lip balm. Traditionally, we don't really see packaging like this for a lip balm. I don't know. I guess if you're obsessed with Fenty, like some people are, you'd be buying both of these. But I'm not. So I'm going to pass on both of them. I think it's a cool idea. And it's probably just kind of bulking out their line a little bit because it's not something that they already have in their line. Brands seem to be doing that quite a lot lately. It's just releasing products that aren't really new to the market but are missing in their line. So they're just kind of trying to bulk out their line. Michelle says, I'm like that in Sephora. Don't don't get one often enough. So many different brands, can't decide. I know. And Sephora I went to Sephora a couple of weeks ago and I was trying to buy a couple of different things, and particularly like foundations and complexion products, you want to be able to swatch them. All the bloody testers were empty. Like I tried to test the Beauty Blender Bounce foundations, and instead of having bottles that are testers, they have these little tiny bottles, tubes that have like a squeezy spout on them, and all of them were empty. Like I had to actually open them up and go find a cotton bud and scrape it out just to be able to get a little bit on my hand to test out the colors, and they never have any stock. It drives me mental, Sephora. And yes, they do have so much there that you can't decide, and you can never see anything properly because they're always so packed. NARS are releasing a new palette. This is the Metal Cream Multi-Use Palette. Right. So this is a multi-use cream in a soft foil finish. So this is what the palette looks like. So they must be like a cream shadow palette, which is very interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about having a glitter black in a cream shadow palette. I probably wouldn't use that. I'd be really, really interested to swatch this though and see what it's like. It is available in stores. I don't know whether I saw this in store when I went the other week. That's interesting. I just want to like feel the texture and see what the texture is like and see what they swatch like. I'm not sure about this one. This is 60 Australian dollars, which is a bit much for a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, but I don't know, this could be really pretty. But bear in mind it's cream, so it may, like you're going to want to use it because it'll probably go off. Not sure about the shadow colors in there. That's probably not something that I'm really keen on. But if this is the kind of formula that they're wanting to continue into other eyeshadow palettes, I'm intrigued to see where they take this formula and how it performs. I'm going to check this one out when I'm in a Mecca next and see what it's like. Probably won't pick it up because, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the colors. But if they come out with like maybe like a everyday like pinky tone, like maybe some purple shimmers in there, some like neutral shimmers in there, I might pick it up then because that would be super easy to wear to work. But these colors I wouldn't wear enough to justify spending $60. And if it's a cream formula, it's going to go off quicker. So I'm going to pass on this one. We have seen the colors that are going to be inside the Taco palette. So this is what the Taco palette looks like. I'm not sure if this is the real palette or if this is just a like photoshopped version of the palette, because it does look a bit, I want to say fake. Just the way it is. I think they've really turned the saturation up on that photo. But these are like some of the colors. They're not the worst colors I've ever seen. I'm quietly impressed with this palette. Considering when I saw it, I thought, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this. I believe that these are all new colors. Like they're trying not to double up between the palettes. I like how they've done the colors. Like there's onions in there. There's Mexican cheese. There's radishes. What's that? Pollo. We've got guacamole. We've got cilantro, lime. What else? Like salsa, red cabbage. The red cabbage is blue though. Interesting. Yeah, like obviously traditional things that you would have on a taco, and the colors aren't the worst. They're not the worst. I don't like these weird shaped palettes though. Like this is like a half circle. Yeah, I don't like these shaped palettes. And like I said, the colors are nice, but not the best colors. I don't really like these food inspired palettes. They just don't really do it for me. They're not And apparently it's the world's first taco palette, in case you were interested. This is something that I am interested in. Terra Moon Cosmetics have released some new eyeshadows. So these are like shimmery eyeshadows. These are beautiful. That like that green there right at the end, that one and the other one, they're really pretty. They almost look like lipstick swatches. They're that vibrant. Let me see if I can get some more information. So these are their super bright shimmers. And I don't think they have released prices yet. I think they still have a few more colors that they are going to be releasing in this line, actually. I don't think that this is all that's in this like bright shimmer formula line. So I'm interested to see more information about these because those colors look beautiful. So I'm going to keep an eye out on those ones. And if I do get more information or more shades of these in upcoming weeks, then I will let you know in the usual Sunday live stream. More from Charlotte Tilbury. So, God, what was that? What was that palette? The Glowgasm palette. That's what it was. So last time I mentioned Charlotte Tilbury, they released the Glowgasm palette. Now they're releasing the Dreamgasm palette. That's just absolutely ridiculous. What a ridiculous name. So it's just one of their quads. Nothing special. This is what the colors look like. That kind of reddy, shimmery tone, that is pretty. But I am not going to be buying a palette that is called the Dreamgasm palette. What a ridiculous name. So this is going to be $53 US. So this is going to be up there in prices for us Aussies. Probably like 75 Australian dollars for a quad. I think that's ridiculous. I would probably never use these quads from Charlotte Tilbury if I brought one. It would probably just sit in my drawer and collect dust because I would never grab for it because it's just four shadows. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty colors. They all look to be shimmer though. Traditionally, when I do my eyes, I do like to have at least one matte. So having an all shimmer quad for me is just doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to pass. I'm not going to buy a Dreamgasm palette. That's just what a ridiculous name. Bite Beauty are coming out with a new Amuse Bouche lipstick line. So this lipstick line is inspired by different cities. All these cities seem to be American and Canadian based. I'm hoping they expand it to around the world and not just America because it would be nice that people do live outside of America, obviously. So we have one for Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, Los Angeles, and New York. It would definitely be nice if they released more than just American named shades. All the colors are a bit ordinary. I know there are a lot of people that absolutely love this lipstick formula though, so I don't think I've ever tried the Amuse Bouche lipsticks from Bite. I think you can get Bite through Sephora. They only have a tiny little stand, but they do have a little bit. Michelle says, why is everyone obsessed with gasm suffix? I know, it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think this one, like if they called it Dreamscape or Dream Wonders, something like that, even anything better than Dreamgasm, it's ridiculous. I showed you the olive palette. Oh, Dominic Cosmetics are bringing out a highlighter palette. So this is a 4-pan highlighter palette. And it's releasing on the 8th of May at 10 a.m. PST online. What else do we have? Let's see if we have some swatches. So this is what the palette looks like. I think this is another one where she's kind of just trying to bulk out her line. I know there will definitely be some people that will buy this just because they like to support the brand. I just noticed one thing. There is a cream in the palette with powders with nothing protecting the cream. So it's going to be a big fat no for me because it has a cream in the palette. I hate it when they mix cream and powders in the one palette. I just think it's the worst idea. The powders like travel over to the cream and have a good old party in the cream palette and make it all gross. No thanks. I'm not going to be grabbing this one. The swatches do look very nice. I'm just going to see if I can find some bigger swatches for you. I kind of like the hexagon palette, but there's squares inside, so they do swatch quite nice. But like I said, the cream, like, why are you mixing creams with powders? They go on the skin really nice. And it is pretty, what's the word? Like the colors are probably not going to suit everyone. There is probably at least 2 colors in here, for me example, that I probably wouldn't be able to get away with on my skin. And then likewise, if you have a really deep skin tone, you're going to have the same problem. You're not going to be able to use the lighter colors, like unless you like that look. But generally, you probably wouldn't be able to use half this palette, and same goes for me. I wouldn't be able to use the other half of the palette. So I just wish when they came out with highlighter palettes, they came out with them for different skin tones, or they came out with them as duos or individual, rather than trying to cover every skin tone in the one palette, because it's a waste of half a palette for most people. Lime Crime are coming out with some new products. So they have a Venus Extra Small. They have a highlighter palette, a fake freckle pen, and looks like some lip glosses. A freckle pen. That's really weird. The plushies glow, so it looks like a metallic lip gloss. So here we have the freckle pen. It's going to be a pass on the freckle pen because I don't really like the look of freckles. Not that I don't like the look of freckles. I don't really like the idea of adding freckles. To me, if I'm just going to want to have my freckles, I just wouldn't wear foundation. This looks like a highlighter / blush palette. I don't know about the red. The red would probably be a nice blush, but I'm not sure about it for a highlighter. Oh, it does say face palette. Sorry, I missed that. So yeah, we've got a blush, and then I think this brown one down on this end is actually matte. So it would be a face palette. I think the same thing goes again for this one for me, is that it's a face palette, but they're kind of just throwing everyone's skin tone in the same basket and expecting these 6 colors to work on everyone's skin tone, which is not going to work. I know a lot of people would probably still rock these if they didn't essentially have the right skin tone, I guess you could say, for these products or these colors. But I just think it's a bit, what's the word? It's a bit rude of a brand to just assume that every skin tone is going to work with the one face palette that they come out with. The Venus Quad. What? The Venus Quad almost looks like it has 4 of the shades that are in the face palette, just in a smaller size. And they've called them a different name. So this is what the Venus Quad looks like. This one I'm going to pass on as well. I know there's a lot of people that absolutely love the Venus palette and the Venus 2. I don't know whether those same people will enjoy the Venus XS. And then these lip plushies, they look terrible on the lips. I don't know what you guys think, but I think these look shocking on the lips. Let me just see if I can. They, like the ones down the bottom here. Oh, what have I done now? The lips down the bottom look, yeah, they look really gross. Something about metallic lip glosses, they just don't seem to make lips look as good as people think they do. So I'm going to pass on this whole collection. Like Michelle says, oh, Lancome, how you've changed. Yes, they definitely have changed. But I guess they, of course they would change, I guess, because they haven't got Dodia in the CEO role anymore. She's just a board member. So I think they're trying to appeal more to the masses and on the on-trend stuff because they have kind of had a bit of a change of management. I've already spoken about the Fenty stuff. Viseart are coming out with singles, which is pretty cool. So they're going to be $12 each, and you can get a 12-pan Pro empty palette for $15. I'm not sure when they're going to be selling these though. Oh, on Muse Beauty Pro. So they're going to have 50 colors, and they're going to be different finishes, including mattes, metallics, crystalline highlighters, chromatic foils, and duochromes. I think this is a really cool idea for Viseart or Viseart, however you want to pronounce it. I think this is a bomb move for their brand. I think this is a really good move. I would like to see someone swatch all these colors in a video. I'm not going to commit to that because that's a heck of a lot of money that I don't have. But these, I'm really excited about these. I think the idea of people being able to pick their own colors from the Viseart line would appeal to a lot of people. Muse Beauty also do quite a lot of sales throughout the year as well. So if you want to try Viseart and you want to make your own single pan eyeshadow palette, I would suggest waiting till the sales, because quite often they have like 20% off, and then they also have free international shipping. So if you can, wait until that, and then you won't have to pay $1 million to get the package shipped to you, and you'll also get 20% off. I mean, 20% off in hindsight is not really all that much, but if you're getting free shipping, it does work out to be quite a good deal. Looks like Juvia's Place is gearing up to release a new eyeshadow palette. So it'll be the Nubian 3 Coral eyeshadow palette. I'm excited to see what's inside this palette. I absolutely love the Juvia's Place formula. So I'm interested to see what's inside this palette. I can't wait to see what's inside this palette. And I'm really thinking about making a Juvia's Place order at some point, sometime, because I really want to get that. Is it the Tribe palette? I think it's the Tribe palette. I really want to get that Tribe palette. Love Luxe Beauty have come out with a new palette, and it is the Sweet Summertime palette. For some reason, this palette really grabs my eye. I think it might be the blue. The combination of the blue and these other colors, like this color scheme just gets me every single time. The front of the palette, so the front packaging is really cute. Like, I dig this. I dig this. I know it's not the most out there color scheme or amazing color scheme, but have a look at that swatch of that blue. Isn't that beautiful? It just really stands out. I don't know how I feel about the colors that it's been paired with in the palette. I probably wouldn't generally pair this blue with the mattes that they have in this palette. I don't know whether they've designed the palette all that well, but I think they're really pretty colors in their own right, but probably not together for me. $35. And how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 mattes. Looks like 2 foils, 1 duochrome, and 1 shimmer. So it's a good variety of formulas, and it swatches really nice. But like I said, I probably wouldn't generally pair these colors together. Not sure. And once again, this is an American brand, so it's going to cost us a bomb to post it. Natasha Denona have come out with some liquid lipsticks in 4 metallic shades. What was I just saying about metallic liquid lipsticks? These look really pretty though, but I'm not interested in metallic lips. Like, these look really pretty. If you could use these on the eye, these would be beautiful. These would be so beautiful on the eye. I don't know if they'd be eye safe, but they would look really pretty as liquid eyeshadows. Let me just make sure I didn't get that wrong. Surely they're not liquid lips. Surely not. It does definitely say liquid lips line. They're releasing on the 17th of May. I'm not going to buy these, but as I said, they would be really pretty liquid eyeshadows. Okay, I've reached the top of my saved list. Let me just make sure we haven't had any new stuff released in the last 56 minutes. Make sure, yeah. No, it definitely says liquid lips. It definitely says liquid lips. Trend Mood says they're liquid lips. They're definitely liquid lips. They also have eyeshadow bases that they've brought out in 2 colors, light and medium. And we have a new bronze and glow palette. I don't know if they already had eyeshadow bases, but that's all it is, light and medium. I don't know if they're adding to a line or if this is it. Like 2 shades. That's a bit. You can use same as a primer / concealer in shades. What? 2 shades? You've got to be joking. Why are people up in arms about this? Like, people's eyelids are the same color as their skin generally. Why would you only release 2 shades of an eyeshadow primer? Right. I'm mind blown. Like, the fact that people aren't up in arms about the lack of shade range in that is a bit ridiculous. I'm gobsmacked that people aren't getting up. Yeah, anyway. What else we have? It's like Beauty Bakery extended their shade range of setting powders, which is cool. They now have 6 shades, which is always nice to see people expanding their ranges. There's obviously been a market for it, people asking them for a shade range extension. What are they? No thanks. Let me just check indie stuff as well. Indie stuff, the indie brands, they come out with the coolest stuff. Like this, for example. The Glam Light Churros is a matte lipstick, right? Does it taste like churros? Does it smell like churros? They have a churros and a Hiracha. Hiracha is a gloss and churros is a matte liquid lipstick. So they're both brown. So the churros is like a reddy brown, like a brick brown, and then the Hiracha is like a brown lip gloss. I hope if they don't smell like those, I'm going to be very disappointed. You can't make those claims. You can't say churros and then not make it smell like a donut. It's like liquid lipsticks coming out the wazoo at the moment. it's really hard with indie brands sometimes because you're not quite sure what the customer service is like. It's hard sometimes to commit to making a purchase through a smaller brand when you're not quite sure what to expect with timeframes and customer service and whatnot. Particularly because a lot of indie brands they hand make their stuff, so the time frame is always pushed out quite a lot longer, and you've really got to be willing to wait with the small indie brands because a lot of them, they have a big delay because they've got to make the shadow first. What was that up there that I wanted to show you? I don't really want to show you this because I'm considering buying it, and I think there's only 2 of them left, potentially. It is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Sandra's Favorites eyeshadow bundle. So these were in limited release. I'm still thinking about maybe picking this one up, but I think there's only 2 sets of these left. I'm not sure whether I want to pick it up or not because she's not planning on releasing these in singles. They're only going to be in the set, and I already have quite a few of the shimmers in this set, but I'm interested in trying the mattes that are in this set, but I don't know. I'd have to, I don't know. They're so pretty though. I love blue eyeshadows, particularly navy blues, that midnight color in the middle. I'm all for navy blues at the moment. I'm just on the hunt for a really good navy blue that I just love working with, and this could be it. That's why I'm really tempted to pick up this set, even though I don't need more single eyeshadows. And I already have an order on that I made with them. Oh, I'm such a bad influence on myself. Clearana Cosmetics with their duochromes. I think that's probably it for this week, everyone. Gone over the hour mark. I think we're all satisfied with the new makeup that we spoke about. I can't see anything new unless there's anything in particular that anyone is on the chat that wants me to talk about. But I can't really see anything new. What's that? Oh, Trixie Mattel's brand. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I'm gonna call it. That'll be it for this week, and we'll be back again to do it all again next Sunday. And thanks for everyone that turned up, and for those of you that are watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and also if you're new and you haven't already subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing so you can check in every Sunday and join me live to talk about new makeup releases. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and for those of you that are in Australia and get a public holiday tomorrow, I hope you have a good public holiday, and I will see you in the next live stream, everyone. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.